Music has always been built on the bonds between people who grew up together, played together, and shaped who the other became. But some reunions go beyond the expected. These are 12 of the most powerful moments where musicians found their way back to the people who mattered most. Number 12. Beyoncé and Destiny's Child at Coachella.
Say my name, no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you.
The crowd at Coachella in April of 2018 had just watched Beyoncé make history as the first Black woman to headline the festival, backed by a full brass band and dozens of dancers, when Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams stepped onto the stage. Together, the trio performed a medley of Destiny's Child classics, including Lose My Breath, Say My Name, and Soldier. The chemistry between them felt as though it had never wavered.
Say my name, say my name, say my...
Footage spread across social media within hours. Beyoncé had originally been scheduled to headline the festival a year earlier, but postponed after announcing she was pregnant with twins. For longtime fans of the group, the reunion made the wait feel worth every second. Number 11. Destiny's Child at the Super Bowl. Nielsen ratings confirmed that 110.8 million viewers watched the 2013 Super Bowl halftime show. On February 3, 2013, former bandmates Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams rose from the stage floor to join Beyoncé for a surprise reunion. The trio performed Bootylicious, Independent Women Part 1, and Single Ladies in rapid succession. The moment generated more than 299,000 tweets per minute, making it the most tweeted event in Twitter history at that time. In the week that followed, Beyoncé sold 220,000 digital downloads in the United States, while Destiny's Child catalog sales surged 36%. For a few unforgettable minutes, the trio owned the biggest stage in American entertainment. Number 10. Paul McCartney, Dave Grohl, and Bruce Springsteen at Glastonbury. On June 25, 2022, Paul McCartney headlined Glastonbury at the age of 80, becoming the oldest solo artist ever to headline the EIS Festival. Earlier that year, Taylor Hawkins had died unexpectedly, and Dave Grohl had largely stayed out of public view since. McCartney brought Grohl onto the stage for I Saw Her Standing There and Band on the Run. The moment marked Grohl's first major public appearance since his bandmate's passing, and the crowd responded with overwhelming support. Later in the set, Bruce Springsteen appeared for Glory Days and I Wanna Be Your Man. The night became one of the most celebrated Glastonbury performances in the festival's history. Number 9. Shane Hawkins and the Foo Fighters at Wembley. On September 3, 2022, nearly 6 months after Taylor Hawkins died at age 50, the Foo Fighters returned to the stage at Wembley Stadium for a tribute concert in his honor. The final segment of the show featured Shane Hawkins, Taylor's son, taking his place behind the kit. The band performed My Hero with Shane on drums. Dave Grohl introduced him by saying, "I don't think I've ever seen anyone hit the drums as hard as this person, but beyond that, he's a member of our family." The performance touched millions of viewers watching live and online, one of the most emotionally powerful moments in recent concert history. Number 8. Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs at the Grammys.
Fast enough so you can fly away. We gotta make a decision.
After months of discussions and planning, Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs finally met for the first time in a Los Angeles studio, just 5 days before the 2024 Grammy Awards. Combs had scored a massive hit with his cover of Chapman's Fast Car, and the Grammys invited both artists to perform together.
Fast enough so we can fly away. Still gotta make a decision. Be tonight or live or die this way.
Chapman had not appeared on live television in years, and when she walked onto the Grammy stage, the crowd erupted. The performance arrived 35 years after Chapman first broke through, and moments after the duet ended, Fast Car shot to #1 on the iTunes chart. Chapman later became the first black songwriter to win the CMA Award for Song of the Year.
Had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
Number 7. Hart and Jason Bonham at the Kennedy Center. Honors.
And my spirit is crying through.
On December 2, 2012, the surviving members of Led Zeppelin sat together in a Washington audience. What happened next left Robert Plant in tears. Ann Wilson of Heart stepped to the microphone and delivered Stairway to Heaven, with Jason Bonham, son of the band's late drummer John Bonham, playing behind the kit. Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Paul Jones watched from their seats as Wilson's vocal performance soared through the venue. Plant was photographed visibly wiping tears from his eyes during the final crescendo. The clip became one of the most shared live performance videos on YouTube in the months that followed, and it remains so to this day. Number 6. Carole King and the cast of Beautiful.
Even the darkest night.
A Tony Award winner, a Grammy legend, more than 100 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. Carole King's legacy had already been immortalized in the Broadway musical Beautiful, which told the story of her life and career. During a benefit night for Broadway Cares / Equity Fights AIDS. During the show's run, actress Jessie Mueller, who had won a Tony for portraying King, was mid-performance, when the real Carole King walked onto the stage and sat down at the piano.
Everybody sing to see you again.
Mueller stood visibly overwhelmed as one of the most beloved songwriters of the 20th century joined the company. Together they performed before the full cast joined in, transforming a charity benefit into one of the most quietly extraordinary Broadway moments of the decade.
Good to know, ain't it good to know you gotta.
Number 5. Stevie Nicks and the cast of School of Rock.
You've never seen a woman hanging by the sky.
3 Grammy Awards, induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, sales of over 140 million records worldwide as a solo artist and as a member of Fleetwood Mac. In 2016, Stevie Nicks walked into the St. James Theater in New York during a Broadway Cares benefit night for School of Rock and surprised the cast entirely.
She rules her life like a bird in flight, and you will be her lover.
The company, largely made up of young performers, was mid-show when Nicks appeared on stage and joined them for Reuniting, a song she had originally recorded with Fleetwood Mac in 1975. For a group of young musicians whose education had been shaped by the very artists they admired, standing beside a rock legend was something no rehearsal could prepare them for. Number 4. The Grateful Dead, Fare Thee Well.
Rolling, how buddy, you moving much too slow.
Jerry Garcia died on August 9, 1995, and for nearly 2 decades, it seemed as though the Grateful Dead would never perform together again. Then in 2015, the surviving members announced a 50th anniversary reunion called Fare Thee Well, with Fish guitarist Trey Anastasio stepping in for Garcia's role.
I said, now,
The band performed 3 nights at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara and 3 nights at Soldier Field in Chicago during July of 2015. Over 70,000 fans filled each Chicago show, with the concerts simultaneously streamed to movie theaters across the country. For a band whose concerts had always been communal experiences, the reunion felt less like a nostalgia tour and more like a final generous gift to a generation who had waited 20 years for it. Number 3. Zach Bryan and Bruce Springsteen at MetLife Stadium. Few musicians musical friendships in recent years captured public attention quite like this one. Brian and Springsteen had appeared together on the cover of Rolling Stone's Musicians on Musicians issue, and the two had built a visible rapport rooted in a shared love of American storytelling.
Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Baby, everything that dies.
When Brian performed multiple nights at New Jersey's MetLife Stadium in 2024, Springsteen appeared during the set to perform Atlantic City alongside one of Brian's own songs. For a crowd of New Jersey fans watching the boss share a stage with one of country music's fastest rising voices, the weight of that moment went well beyond the music.
Gonna be a rumble out on the promenade, and you can't run commissions hanging on.
Number 2. Foo Fighters and Queen at Hyde Park. On June 17, 2006, the Foo Fighters headlined a massive outdoor concert at London's Hyde Park in front of 85,000 fans. Drummer Taylor Hawkins took the lead on vocal duties, channeling Freddie Mercury in a spirited call and response with the crowd. The moment turned out to be a setup.
Hey, you're a dirty enough! Get the fuck out of my house! That's so
Brian May and Roger Taylor of Queen emerged to join the band on stage. Together they performed We Will Rock You and Tie Your Mother Down. Hawkins had been a devoted Queen fan his entire life, and sharing a stage with May and Taylor was a dream realized. The moment gained even deeper significance after Hawkins' death in 2022, as fans revisited footage of him performing alongside his heroes. Number 1. The Beatles Rooftop Concert.
She done me good.
The afternoon of January 30th, 1969 started like any cold winter day in London. A small crew climbed to the Apple Course rooftop on Savile Row, set up instruments, and waited. What followed was the final public performance the Beatles ever gave, an unannounced set that included Get Back, Don't Let Me Down, and The One After 909.
Your lift is on me to Tucson, Arizona, for some California grind.
The band had not played live in public together in over 2 years. Pedestrians stopped on the street below as police eventually arrived. The music played on until they could no longer continue.
You've been playing on the roofs again, and that's no good, because you know your mommy doesn't like that.
Peter Jackson's 2021 documentary Get Back brought the full concert to global audiences. And for fans who had heard about it for decades, seeing it in full for the first time was something very close to sacred.